Hello there, everyone. This is Mark 3, and welcome to a little bit of random content. I'm trying to pick the channel back up a little bit, but yeah, random stuff. Don't worry, stuff's still going, but it's just like life finds a way. Yes, velociraptors are very clever girls. Very clever girls. Anyway, let's do it. Welcome to Screwdrivers, where we're playing with a construction kit to make a series of racing vehicles driven by gears and stuff like that. It's all very custom. It's also free on Steam, by the by. So if you're into this, it's like could be worth a look. It's not going to cost you anything to have a look. But yeah, Screwdrivers, and that's one of my little experimental abominations down there. So what am I going to be doing here? Short little series is my plan. I'm going to be running through the rank list career, which I haven't touched. Though I will say I am not new at this because, as you can see, I've been through the tech tree career pretty far. So I do kind of know what I'm doing, but this will be starting over with no parts, and my plan is to gold every event in it. I'm not going to say hunt down all the parts because there's like a free roam mode and there's parts scattered here, there and everywhere, so it's like, I'm not going to do that. No. But I will be doing ranked career at the very least. So, Screwdrivers, ladies and gents. It is a nice little driving game, honestly. Even if it doesn't quite model the gear rotation correctly, but well, I'll explain that a little bit more as we go, I suppose. Here we go. So, ranked career. As you can see, destructible physics is also something that's going on. Your vehicles can and will get damaged by misuse. Now, I have also got these, I suspect, from the fact I've been running around in the tech career, so I've got all these things unlocked. These are basically they're available as rentals, but the problem is if I use a rental, I can't get points for it, and points is the currency used to get parts of my own, so it's like not really worth. I've never actually tried to buy these outright, but you can't buy them unless you've got all the parts of them first, and it doesn't. Honestly, if this gave you an option to quick buy all the parts needed, that would be great. But for now, I'm just going to move them out of sight, out of mind. Go languish in category 6, please, you city rental cars. So, there we go. Nuclear. There we go. We're starting here. We have got our thing, but we don't have that many bits to do. So, we're using basic grid pieces. We have got the connector pieces to hold it all together. We've got mechanical parts, which is like the rods we use as a power transmission. We've got things to link them together. We've got basic wheels, and we've got basic suspensions. This is the best wheel in the game, by the way, hands down. Who am I kidding? No. This wheel, honestly, it exists just for the sake of existing. There's nothing worse than this. It exists as a placeholder until we get more stuff. In fact, that's going to be, I think, the defining trait of running through the missions, just like trying to get to a point where we've got better stuff. Priority is going to be better wheels, better engines, and also spoilers as well, because we see, we've only got the most basic engine. And we've got no specials and no spoilers at all, but spoilers help a lot in terms of actual performance. Right now we've only got basically the absolute minimum in terms of parts, so let me just slap together a basic vehicle real quick. In fact, I'm going to rebuild more or less what I've just torn apart, so yeah. I guess that'll do, won't it? Yeah, that'll do. Sometimes I do forget. Gotta make them steerable or not. So, this is just a more compact version of the basic starting platform with 4 wheels strapped onto it. Wooden wheels, no real grip, no real specialty. I mean, everyone remembers how in the Wild West, right? Everyone just hopped in the stagecoach and just went drifting down the roads. Yeah. Everyone knows the stagecoach is well vaunted and revered ability to go sideways. Well, that's what these vehicles do until we get better wheels. So it's like, yeah, it's going to be fun. The only thing I've really done here worth note is I've the option where I've got a space ready to accept a second engine immediately. And that's about it. So, yeah, that's it. Okay, there we go. So, we're down here. This is us. Apparently we have a crown. But we have to go all the way up here to the Secret Queen, past these different races. And once we beat the Queen, that's not the end of it, because some more races unlock once we get past the Secret Queen. But for now, though, we only have one, which is a mud ball contest with our bog standard basic vehicle. And we will get capacitors and thin rubber tyres, which is basically the carriage wheel, but it's got rubber on it. Capacitor will help our engines a little bit as well, so some things, but we're not really getting to the interesting meat and potatoes yet. Tech tree progression is slightly different if you're doing that particular mode. Oh, I didn't consider that. I'm actually slightly lopsided, considering, oops, you see what I mean about steering? It's great. I'm slightly lopsided because I actually have a weight imbalance due to the fact I've got one engine. So I didn't think about that. I have a small little nippy thing. I'm surprised if I get gold though. I mean, look, that's my top speed, 46, 47. My engine just can't do any better. Clonk. Yeah, some stuff is destructible, some stuff isn't. So, honestly, it's not the end to crash into destructible terrain. But on the flip side, though, it can still break your vehicle too. So if your vehicle isn't solidly built, oops, that spun me around, so that's not great. Like the viewer stand is a core contender, so is stone, like any kind of stone building. It's like if you crash into that, you're going to have a fun time. I was going to say, thinking about going, you know what, let's do it like gold first time every time. But the fact is our vehicle is just so bad, and honestly, we might be able to do this, but I think the other vehicle just flat out has a speed advantage on us. Yeah, look, see, there it's going. There it is. Way ahead. We still got silver though. Not quite gold first time, but hey. There's enough to put me in rank 6,400, so leaderboard's kind of limited. 480, that's a pretty tasty reward. Capacitor, so this is an add-on some electric engines can take. It increases the power curve of the engine. So you can see here, we actually have engines rated in like torque versus RPM. This one gives a boost to low-end RPM, which is where electrics kind of excel. And then thin rubber tyre, which is a grip rating, a radius, and a width. And I'm not going to play any part instructions because I've done that. It's just like it handholds you through putting parts onto your vehicle. That's all it does. So we're not really missing much. Okay, right. So we've got ourselves some moolah. We can do things to this. Look at that grip 0.85. It's literally just the it's just the carriage wheel. Instead, it's metal and rubber instead. That's literally all it is. I will go ahead and buy 4 of them. I will buy a engine, and I'll buy 2 capacitors because this particular machine is built to accept that. So this is our first race vehicle. I think what I will do is I will save every vehicle I bring into a race, so we can see progression as we get through the game and we get more parts unlocked. I think that'd be an interesting thing. Anyway, very simple, very basic upgrade here. Actually, something we could do if we want to be silly. This vehicle has the perfect spacing, if we can afford it, to install quad motors. It won't be a true 4-wheel drive because the powertrains will be split, but yeah, see those little holes there? Just lock capacity in there. There we go. There's also a test button here, so we can test how it goes. So if I strip those out, strip that out as well. This won't really come in play much at the moment, but we can check our vehicle stats. It'll check for any kind of gear trains and things. Right now, you see, this is what our power curve is. We top out flat 46. It's like that's where our power stops. But it also does configuration as well. It's like it remembers the last time you did it, and then it compares to the next one. So this one just flat out doubles the power compared to how it was previously. Last we checked it, so we install those. And we get a bump in torque right off the line, and then that's the capacitors. As we get faster though, that evens out, and then it ends up at full speed, identical in terms of the twin. But yeah, I think actually making this thing four-wheel drive, that can only improve our performance. We've got 180, 6120. Actually, I need 200 to buy that completely. Tempting. I've got enough spare connectors to throw in as well. Let's do it. Let's do it. They won't be capacitor boosted, so they won't be as powerful, but it will help at the very least. Just have to make sure to remember to connect them, otherwise they'll just swing around wildly. There we go. You see, it's not really picking that up because it's like there's bare extra power available on the front, so that's helping. Actually, no, it's because they're separate drivetrains. That's why it's picking up. It's a bit confused about this vehicle now, but we know it has got four-wheel drive rather than two-wheel drive, so this stagecoach is more advanced. Our next match. Oh, this is actually already going to be a major upgrade. We're going to get small and medium gear sizes. So a one-piece gear and a three-piece gear is what we're going to get if we beat this little pink car around the track. He's only got wooden wheels, so we've got rubber wheels, so already a step ahead in grip. Well, actually, there's no bias on these wheels. That's the only one the benefit for them, I guess you could say. They don't care if they're going between dirt and tarmac, really. Though you'd think rubber would be better on tarmac, but I don't know. Anyway, Prince of Gears, you are next on my visiting list. Shall we? Oh, is it massive acceleration, and then we just top out. We're already ahead of him, though. I like how this game models four-wheel drive. It does actually do a really good job of it. Having power to different wheels does have a massive effect on how your vehicle performs. And honestly, from this point forward, if I can wrangle it, I think I'm going to go four-wheel drive on any vehicle I put together for this. Just because it's a real drive, yeah, it means your vehicle's going to be lighter, because every individual piece does have weight and stuff in this. The whole centre of mass thing is not just for show. See, span out a little bit, but I'm okay. Victory! I win. But yeah. Of course, bigger, more powerful parts, heavier, so vehicle performance. There's also wind resistance modelled in this game as well, after a fashion. Small and medium gears unlocked. Ta-da! I'm good. I know how to use these. Honestly, I think all I'm going to do is I'm going to drop into this vehicle a... all I'm going to do is I'm going to drop in a... I think I'll put in an amplifier, because electrics by default have a lot of torque, but it's speed I think I'm lacking, so maybe just accelerate it a bit. Not accelerate. My acceleration would be worse if I do it this, but it's like I can at least get it all on one powertrain though. Yeah. That's it though. First thing, actually, before we modify, see, we're better than the Prince of Gears. I will go into Mudbowl, and I think our vehicle might be able to do this without any further modifications. So let's give this a whirl. Oh yeah, acceleration is better. Grip is better. we are keeping pace. I noticed the first place has a massive wheels and a much stronger engine as well. But our increased power is helping. But ooh, if we go wrong though, that's actually really bad. Yeah, I think he has a speed edge on me though. She's got the lead. I've got some corners. I've got the lead. Aha. Now I just have to drive well enough to keep it. This thing decelerates so hard. Oh, I hear him. He's behind. Yep, he's right behind us. Oh, barely. Yeah, cutting corners did the job there. Okay. Right, time for another vehicle. I'm laughing at myself right now. To be honest, this is also kind of why I settled on, you know what, I want to make some content for this game. Because if I get absorbed just like tinkering, just a little bit here, just shave a little bit off there, just like alter the things just tiny bits. Because seeing this game absorbs me to that point quite easily, then that means I've got to like it, right? Right? Anyway, I decided to, you know, skip four-wheel drive for this one. So back down to two-wheel drive. Downgrade, yes. We are wider, we are longer, we are actually square now, but we have got four engines on a 3-gear into a 1-gear. Ignore the fact that that's spinning backwards, by the way. This is one of the reasons why I said, like, it's a bit janky, doesn't quite matter. Forward is forward, reverse is always reverse, so ignore what it's doing right now. I assume that these guys have a smart selector in them or something. Like, it doesn't care which way the shaft is going. If the shaft is turning, it can automatically switch to the direction it's meant to be going. These are really advanced despite the fact that they really look simple. Maybe that'll be modeled later in development, but maybe not. We'll have to wait and see. But that's also, I mentioned, it doesn't matter how you gear it, because as you switch the gearing, you can flip the direction of your shaft going in the opposite direction between gears, and it won't care. You can have your axles both swing in opposite directions. It doesn't care. But honestly, with a block-based system, 1 to 3, like that's the problem with a single pinpoint system. It can be difficult to get that sorted out. So that might be deliberate. I don't know. Anyway, analyze this. Yeah, it's got more power compared to previous analysis, but I'm not too sure about that one. But you see, top speed has increased to 57. So notice that I put a 3-to-1 gear on it, but that doesn't mean our top speed is magically 3 times higher, because the car still has some issues to sort out. One of which is wind resistance, which is still very low. We're a very compact vehicle overall. But wind resistance, rolling resistance, all sorts of stuff. So we do have things counteracting it. So we're not flat out multiplying our maximum speed in this. It's still better than it was. And that's all I can ask for, really. So far in this video, we have evolved from a little stagecoach to a fake 4-wheel drive to a more powerful rear-wheel drive. So we are getting progression. That's why I'm saving these individual vehicles as we go. So we can get small dirt tires. We can get a better engine. We can get some drift suspension, which has got some travel, so it'll help us with off-roading. That gear corners, which allows us to turn the angle of rotation through 90 degrees. Or it can be used as a way to transmit power in a line as well, because it can be placed in every other sequentially, and it'll transmit power that way. All good options actually here. One drawback of this thing's more powerful, but it doesn't actually have a slot for capacitors. That's one thing with it. But the actual motor itself is physically bigger as well. Maybe more power. I think more grip. Though the problem with the grip is it's an opponent destruction, which is actually not as bad as it sounds. Yeah, let's try this one. So, there's really two ways to go about this. We can physically break our opponents, or we can immobilize them. It's far easier to immobilize. So these missions... of course. I mentioned it back in the first one. I keep forgetting to set the corners. Anyway. But yeah, we can physically break this guy. Our vehicles tend to be a lot more fragile than the one we're after, though. Or we can try just to immobilize him, which usually involves just getting under him, if we can. Oh, we are outright breaking him, but as you can see, we break really easy as well. And the point is to do it before he can get too far towards escaping. Oh, not being helped by the camera angle here. Oi, come on, stop. You're under arrest here, buddy. That said, though, that actually knocks out his last power wheel, so I actually got that. So as I said, this is a bit of an odd event to find in here. It just plays with the destruction physics, I think, but it's not that well developed. Easy gold. And we got dirt wheels. So, since this is not a major remodel, I'm just going to slap those on this thing. And that's all I'm going to do. Actually, you know what, for progression I should just... Yeah, I should duplicate and do it. You can see we've actually got some more progression here than I thought, yeah. So because we're actually switching out to a bigger wheel, our acceleration has been cut in half, but our grip has doubled, and our top speed has actually increased to 76 because we've got a larger rotational force going on there. Wind resistance has also increased a little bit as well, and so has our mass, as you can see, but it's like definitely a step up. So, we got a gold. Next one, let's go and let's go through. I don't think we need to pick things up particularly here, so we're going to pick up the engines first, but I might not install them straight away. Yeah, you can see our acceleration is suffering a bit, but we are handling a lot better. We still have rear-wheel drive, which is a potential issue. Acceleration is lacking. Yeah, actually, I think flat out, I want to get the better engines on here. Because acceleration is shocking. Sadly, we've not got any of the gear stuff yet. Oh, come on. Surfacing through there. We're switching between dirt and off-road, as you can see, but it's like this is why the wooden and the basic tyres would have struggled a lot with this, so it's a good idea not to try and do that. That said, though, I think the guy that's ahead of us actually has a combustion engine. I thought I heard a whine of a supercharger. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a combustion-based car. Oops, daisy. Our grip is good, but not the best. Then again, I'm not the best driver as well, so. I am driving around in a little wooden box. Silver. That's it though, we need to get the better engine. Electric 360. Got 10 horsepower for 30 kilograms. What's our current one? Our current engine is 4 horsepower for 25, so yeah, much better power to rate on that one. We'll do more than double our power just by swapping those out. Though these guys add torque, they don't actually add horsepower. That's why it's like they top out at the same without any extra benefit. So yeah, let's go ahead and duplicate. Install the new engines and try again. This is again going to be a straight swap rather than a more substantial change. Oh, don't worry, he said. It's just a quick swap, he said. There's not going to be any substantial changes, he said. Why do I say such things? Okay, yeah, so there have been no substantial changes whatsoever. As you can clearly see. Not at all. As I don't even know what I'm doing. Yeah. Actually, no, I might as well just install some more of these guys. It doesn't really matter. Pick up that. There we go. Okay. So, a straight engine swap turned into a vehicle lengthening and adding more power in the form of the original battery engines back in again. And we're now four-wheel drive as well. So, no swap like hell. Oh, jeez. Anyway, right, so we're now four-wheel drive. We've got way more power with four-wheel drive as well, so it's like this thing will have better overall traction and balance. Centre of mass is slightly towards the rear because the heavier engines are towards the back, but as you can see, it's like, yeah. Acceleration is back up to 24, max speed 75, power 52 horsepower, 408 kilograms. Honestly. Yeah, this is my vehicle now. Okay. Compared to the previous one, same top speed, but power, acceleration, and grip. Because grip is also affected by, heavier the vehicle, more grip it has as well. So because it's flat out heavier, it is going to do better. Notice, by the way, when I mouse over this, it actually removes the structural pieces to let you just see the mechanical parts. And look how dense the mechanical parts are packed into this thing. Notice, by the way, these are the two powered axes here. So they are going opposite directions, but I said the game doesn't really care about that. As it happens, by lengthening the vehicle, the actual linkages to the wheels are rotating in the same direction. So there is that, I suppose. But, this is my new and improved vehicle already. Okay, so we're going to go drop back into Rock and Drift. We're going to see how the four-wheel drive and extra power is going to help us here. I think it's going to flat out help out. I just have to be more careful in keeping the vehicle under control. But we won't have any rear sliding due to... Yeah, we just have to be a bit more careful managing our power, that's all. Oh yeah. Already going much better, as you can see. Oops. Though the weight does help with braking too. That's the thing. Some aspects of this game are realistically more realistic, and some are less realistic. It's an odd blend. Oops, daisy. But we're already comfortably ahead, and I think we're going to have no trouble with this hill at all, unless we spin out on it. Which, yeah. We did roll over though. That's the first in this run, so. Yep, definitely supercharged you are. Okay, got it. Admittedly, I did have to try again. We may have really good acceleration. Our grip is massively improved, but we just don't have the speed, and the combustion engine just has better acceleration in the high end than we do. Yeah. Combustion engines, they tend to have more power in higher RPM, while the electric engines, we have more power in the lower RPM. That's just how it works out. So, back to the garage. We are doing great with our current car. What else can we reasonably do with this? That didn't look us anything new because we've already done it. We only need to get a podium place, by the way, to get the parts from these. So bronze is all we need. We got a downhill adventure and a race between the rocks. Honestly, our current car is pretty good. I don't think we need anything in particular to try and take care of these guys. Smaller suspension or gear cons? No, I'm not seeing anything here which makes me want to rebuild the vehicle. So let's smash these. Race between the rocks. Roll. Mostly an off-road course, if I recall correctly. Though this is early on, so it's like I've not touched in a while. Kind of janky there. Oh jeez. Yeah, some kind of tower over there too. Oh, there are some shortcuts here if you're willing to try and go up on those wooden catwalks you saw on the side there. Not going to say I'm massively enamored of doing that. And yeah, this guy's actually got some serious speed on me. I have to try and keep up in the corners. Or just short circuit parts of the track too. Whee! Oopsies. And don't do that. That's kind of beneficial not to do that. Yes. That might have cost me gold, actually. Oh, nearly lost it. Yeah, we're trying again. Something I have kind of realised about this build, it lacks, well, its acceleration is a bit of an issue, but it actually, if it's cornering hard, it can't quite accelerate in a hard turn, because it's struggling to get the power to the engine. So we really could do with some gear shifting. We need better gearing for this car. Which of course means a total rebuild because gears are... We can't just slap in a single one-block gearbox and call it done. No, this game doesn't work that way. But it's a limitation of my currently available parts, really. That said though, without a mistake on that rock, I am now in the lead. Not by a massive amount, I don't think, but I am at least maintaining it. Oops. Down here to... crowd stand. I think this is the start. There's the bridge there on the side to Temperatures, but I'm not going to smash my car into that. Instead, I'm just going to go slightly off-road here. Whee! And nearly lose it. Honestly, I'm trying to get used to the music as well, because it's like in my tinkering before this, it's like I was listening to stuff on my laptop on my headset instead, so I wasn't really getting the engine noises and the music and stuff. But it's very cheerful and upbeat, this game, actually. Just kind of chill out kind of vibe, and I think it fits quite nicely. Okay. I think that's it. Yep, this is it. Ta-da! Not bad considering we're still running around basic cars. This is a solid platform, apart from that acceleration issue I mentioned. Should I install 4 more engines? Not really worth it. Do I want to install the suspension? We could, but I'm not sure how much that would actually help us. At least not right now. What's on it? We've only got 2 more, Combustion King and Downhill. Combustion King is a bit rough, but we have to complete Downhill first. We'll see how we handle Downhill without upgrading to a suspension with more travel. That's one of our current design's weaknesses. We have no real suspension as such, so if a hard enough jolt will very likely damage the vehicle. But okay, down. Oops, please. Smooth landing, kind of. Oops, just keeping it under control, feathering it. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I lost the landing. Very badly there. But the gravity assist didn't really help, and the fact that we are using, if you remember, we're using off-road tyres, so that probably didn't help either. Just have to be a bit more careful. Oh, that was really bad. You know, I'm going to complete at least, so we can at least check the track out. Actually, you're not too far ahead. Come here, buddy. I want to reel you in. Whoopsie daisy. That's where suspension would have helped. I took flight. Yeah, this game is in Unity, by the way, so it's it can get a bit janky if there's an unexpected collision. Goes with the territory, though. Where's our opponent, though? Actually, we're not too far. We're not too far behind. Come on. Steady. Oops. I'm off course. Ow. And yeah, I'm so far off course it doesn't actually register. Dang it. Oh! Yep, unexpected, unscheduled disassembly there. Gotta thank SpaceX for coming up with that. It's like, it's such an amusing way to describe a catastrophic explosion. But yeah, I do feel like suspension would have been a wiser course of action, though, given the shifting terrain this particular course is taking me over. Oh, nope. Hello, tree. Prepare. Accelerate. You're there, so I'm actually not too bad right now. Oops. And I clipped the bush, which doesn't really help. Oh, that was a finish. How did I do? Was that gold or silver? If it was gold, that was pure skill. Yeah, definitely. No, that was blind luck, that one. Wow. Explains why another checkpoint didn't appear. That was flat out the actual finish. Got the new gear part, though. Okay, so one last thing to do, and then I'm going to call this video there. So, last few races we've been doing fine with this guy because decent grip, decent acceleration if you're not turning too hard. Power's pretty good as well. We've had a nice amount of progression, and this, by the way, this is like when you get a specific parts, it does load example things into it to show you. So this is like the vehicle you have as a tutorial for the part we just unlocked, the gears, those gears, sorry, the meshing gears. You get thee to category 6, you are banished. So here's our progression so far. Okay. More power, more power. Well, actually, this one's like the wheels and more power, but more power flat out, as long with an increased gear ratio. Actually, how did that affect our? Well, we got more acceleration because we doubled the engine power, but it's like not that much. Maximum speed did climb a bit though. Then, of course, we went up to the off-road wheels, and then we got the slight modification, which was meant to just be an engine swap and turned out into a 4-wheel conversion, which is our current thing. So yeah, I'm actually enjoying having this progression thing going on. It's very nice. So last thing for this video, we're going to challenge the Combustion King. This guy is running on petrol engines, so we have more early acceleration than his engines, but he has better acceleration later on. And I just have to try and make sure I keep control of this thing. So sometimes that's what you need isn't raw power, but it's actually to keep your vehicle under control. All the power in the world isn't going to help you if your vehicle is just going sideways. You know? Well, actually, some vehicles are designed to go sideways, but I'm not very good at controlling vehicles that are going sideways. Oh, and yep, went slightly off there because I didn't brake enough. And that might be a bit of a problem. Come on, get that grip in there, climb. Okay. We're still ahead of the Monarch though, I'm very surprised by this. Yeah, I think the maxing our engine power like that and going the four-wheel drive route is massively helping us. Though, as you can see, my personal best from the tech tree progression mode is still better than this, though. Oopsie daisy, this is not going to be... Ow. Just pull myself back together. Yeah, we had no suspension to try and have any chance of surviving that intact, so... I'm just glad this wasn't a no repair kind of run, because that would be massively problem. Oh! Actually, I think we've just overtaken... Yeah, my personal best as well. Oh, we're missing parts. Nothing major. Crunch. Come on. Still ahead of my personal best. Which goes to show that that fall actually completely wrecked me last time out. Ow. Crunch. Okay, Combustion King, we've beat you. We are 12,000th in place. Well, nearly 12,100th, but yeah. We have got ourselves our combustion engine, though, as you can see. Torque isn't so good early on, but then it picks up before eventually dropping off at much higher RPM. So that is our new engine piece, which we could technically hot swap in replacement of these electric engines. Let's see. This guy has 15 horsepower for 30 versus 4 power. So yeah, this would be a bit of an upgrade. We would have to adjust the mounting because it mounts side. There's a side-on mounting point, but we could do that. We could do that. We'd have to rearrange this section here though to include the new engines. But I'm going to call it there though. I think. With progression up to Combustion King. Ta-da! We are the king of combustion now. Now coming up we have street suspension, racing wheels, our first winglets get some downforce. Big gears are going to show up. So that is a 5 diameter versus a 3 diameter. So higher ratio there. And then... yeah, we don't actually get access to our first gear shifter until we beat the next boss, the Queen of Quickening. You know, I'm not 100% solid on gearbox design. I just hammer things together in this game with the gearboxes and make them work. But yeah, that though is going to turn up in a future video. So this has just been kind of me smashing through the first section of things, the first 2 bosses, getting basic car going, and we are doing pretty well all told. But that's it. We're going to end it there, as I said. So this is Mark 3. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, and don't mind this little side trip, just exploring the ranked career mode of this game and watching the vehicle to grow. I like this game. I think this game deserves to have more people play it, especially since it's free, you know? Give the dev some love. But yeah, I always derail my outro. Hope you enjoyed the show. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. All that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, gives me those virtual headpats I oh so crave. And I'll catch you all some other time. This vehicle looks a little sturdier than most of my other designs as well, from the tech tree one. They tend to be kind of janky and functional. Yeah. See you all later.